Hi, good morning, guys. Oh, I, as I said earlier, I have a little pain. Anyways, um, yeah. So we're back to continuing working on this game, and what we'll be doing today is we'll be working on um recording how many apples, oranges that we are picking, so that we can have this information to give badges on them later, and as well as to be able to give the manager to be able to request a recommendation from the manager. Okay, so for us to be able to record how many apples and oranges we're picking, we're gonna go get our script on picking. So let me just close all these scripts, which will not be working on right now. Okay, so we need to get our script related to apple picking. So let's just get that first. Oops, player script. Okay, so here, oh, it's not here that we're picking apples. Okay, so it's actually not here where we are picking apples. Oh, yeah, actually, we are gonna be using this one. Okay, so here we see that when we apply, this is the data that we normally would have about the job, but we need to add extra data. So we'll be adding extra data here. So the extra data will we want is oranges collected. It will be equal to 0. Um, Apples collected equals to 0. Boxes loaded. Boxes loaded is equal to 0. Oh yeah, I just copied that. Yeah, let's see what we currently had before. Okay, she's completed. I had planned to change it to days employed. Days employed. Days late. We don't want days late. Instead, we're gonna put quarter achieved, and I'll explain to you guys what this will be in a bit. Okay, so days missed. We will no longer need this. We will no longer need check-ins. Total money that we've made, I guess. But how many oranges and apples we've collected, we can always find out the total money. It can always be calculated. Hi, hello. It can always be calculated later on. And notes will be a note that the manager will put in our work file. Okay, so what else we needed? So we have oranges collected, apples collected, boxes loaded is here. Yeah, I put it already. Days employed, quota achieved. Okay, so these are, oh, and we need to put obviously recommendation whether or not oops. We have a job recommendation and which one. Um, yeah, we actually don't need to put it here because we can always find out from the data that it's something else that is also possible to find out from the data that we have here. Okay, so now this is the data we want to save about the job. So let us see, every time that a player is clicking on an apple or clicking on an orange or filling the loading a box, we are going to record this. Um, Okay. Let me just see here. Our apple picking script is in the server storage interaction. Okay, in picking. Okay, so we're going to let our picking script here um be used. We're going to use that picking script, and we're going to put information. Oh, sorry. Oh, we're gonna put information. We're gonna give that picking script the authority to give information to the manager. Okay, so the manager is gonna like spy on that script. Okay, so we're going to go to the manager, and oh, I had actually started. Okay, that's not right. So in the manager here, we have employees. Okay, so in the manager here, the manager already have employees folder, which will have a list of everyone who's working. So when they're picking, it's going to add this information to the employees. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. We're already checking if that we find the first child employee, then we're this one is for, let's see, pickables. So yeah, so this one is for collecting oranges, apples, and whatever else. So how what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new folder under employees if it's not yet already created, which is going to record the quantity that's being collected. Hi. No, I'm not an actual grandma in real life, but I wish sometimes. Yeah, one day my son is going to have a kid and I'll be a grandma. I know that's gonna be many years to come, but that's okay. Okay, so let's get back to this one where what were we doing? Okay, yeah. So we need to record how many apples the player has collected in total. Okay, so let's do this by employee find first child player user ID. So this is finding the folder for this employee. So after they've collected it, um, we're going to right under we're going to put the code. So we're going to do local. I'm just seeing whether or not we should create those folders. We should create them right out from the very beginning. So we're actually going to go back to we're going to do only a find. So let's just assume that they already exist. So local first we need to find actually what they just picked, whether it was an apple and orange. So that's important. So let's find local picked object. It will be equal to the object that they're picking and the name of it. So object that we already have information about dot name. So it would either be named orange or named apple. Okay. So picked object equals the name. And then we're going to find that in employees or find first child, player dot user ID. And then I will do again find first child. And we're going to find this object here. Okay, we're going to find it, and then we're just gonna do plus equals 1. We will make it into a okay, so we can do our plus equals 1 um right here dot value plus equals 1. It's going to be a string, a number value. Okay, well, that's actually so simple, guys. It only took like two lines of code to record this. So it's not gonna be as long as we had hoped, we thought. Okay, so let's now go to create this folder that's recording this. So let's go to create this folder. We're going to go to the same place that created this one and create them both at the very same time. So let's go to our player when our player loads. So we're going to go to server script service again. Oh, we have an add employee script that does it right here. Okay, so that's a great place to do this. Okay, so now we have our employees folder and we have we do employees. So now we're gonna do a similar thing um with this one. So we're going to do one for apples, one for oranges. Local employee. So local, we're going to make it. It will be called oranges. Um, Using NB means number of, usually NB oranges. We'll put a new number value. Okay, it's also a number value. It looks so weird, NB oranges. Okay, we'll do the same thing for NB apples. It's also a number value. Now oranges dot name will be equals to just orange because our object name is just orange, and the apples dot name is equal will be equal to apple, and then employee, both of them dot parent is equal to employees, um so will be equal to employee. So that's specific employee folder. So each employee folder will have one of these, will have these available. We also have another information that we want to keep. Let's put this orderly so that way when we add another one, it makes it very easy. So we just put them one at a time. Okay, and then now that's adding apple, and we'll copy another one, and we're going to be adding. We also want to check how many boxes. So they have so NB boxes. It's also a number value. So the name will be boxes, and we put it in the employee. Let's see what other information we want to check, because we could use inventory, but the many reasons why we can't use our inventory to check, because oops, I just got some errors. If we recorded, if we would check from our inventory, let's say how much our inventory changed, because I was thinking of using that first. It would not make, it would cause errors, because if we collect 10 apples, for example, and then at the end of the shift we could possibly have one apple, because first of all, we could be eating apples. We probably ate some apples, so we lost some, and it would not be recording in between what's happening to them. It will only check what the actual amount left we will have at that time. So that's not gonna have an accurate data. Because we'll also be filling up boxes. So we'll be losing apples in that process while we're filling up boxes. We'll be losing apples if we eat apples. We'll be losing apples if we give apples to other players, which we will be having that option down the line. So this is not, so we do not want to check the inventory. That is why we're going for this, so that we can actually record it to add employee. And this one is not, this value will not be affected when we actually eat or pick. It's not going to be changed in those places. So we'll have the real amount that was picked during the job. Okay, so let's continue. Let me continue. Yeah, so I think this is all the information we need to record. I'm just double checking. Yep. So that for that folder, that's all we need to record, and the manager will be able to get the rest. Okay, so now let's test having this record in Okay, so for oranges and apples, we are good. For box loading, we need to go to the box loading to be able to change this value. So, fill boxes script right here. We're just gonna copy the same way that we're increasing our um picked object. We're just gonna directly put object.name. We should put an if here for now. 'Cause we don't need that if, but just for later on, when we're developing the game some more and we add more ones, uh, that script's gonna cause errors. So to not have that, we can fix the problem right now. So we'll do if. We will put an if object dot name, whereas equals to apple or oranges. Because then if it's equal to anything else, they don't exist. You know what? Leave it. Let it cause that error so that we know to go fix it. Um, because then if it doesn't, a player might come and tell us we have that bug. Okay, so employees find first child, the player's ID, find first child, the object of name apple oranges, and its value bringing it by one. We want to do the very same thing for fill boxes, and where we're gonna do that is where we get our player. Okay, we've gotten our player here who has filled the box, but let's see after the box is filled. Okay, so box is filled right here. So right after this box is filled, we're going to increase. What we're going to increase is fill box. What did we name it? I forgot. Let me go back. Here we named it boxes. Yeah, we named it just boxes. So we will here since we already know what it is, we're just gonna put dot boxes dot value plus equals one. I'm feeling like we probably don't have to do a dot value on. Oh yeah, we do. Plus equals one. So we have the player with the user ID. Okay, great. Now let's test this out. And how do we know whether or not this has been updated? We're gonna directly check the employees folder here while we're playing, as we don't have a UI that will be showing us. So let's check output. We don't have a problem. So let's first check whether or not these files are here. So if we go to um our workspace, jobs, fruit picker, and we have our employees. Okay. Oh no, we do not have them. Okay, so they're not there. This one here should have um in it other values. So we'll see what happened. Well, it's not giving us any errors. That is not correct. We should have errors seeing that it cannot change a value. That's not here. Okay, there we go. There the errors appear now. Okay, because they're not there. So we have an issue of getting them there. So there we go. In the attempt to index nil with a value, so we're going to go to picking dot um okay, so we will do a print object dot name. Oh, but first of all, we see that it did not put it there. So let's just check what's so we said employee equals this number value, and then we created other values and we put them in that employee folder. So we should not have an issue because they were supposed to have been placed in the employee folder, but it doesn't show here. Sometimes because it's on the server script, we cannot see it. So let's go make sure we don't have more errors. And Okay. So because we cannot see it here, what we're going to do is we're going to print. Okay, so here we go. Apple, orange. Okay, so here it says, I think I have some major lag or internet issues. Okay, so orange. So it's clearly written as orange or apple. So we did make the correct, we chose the correct names, orange and apple. Okay, so it should have been able to find it. However, it never did. I'm just checking why it didn't. It never added them there, and we definitely put dot parent equals employee, so it should have added these number values under that number value. Okay, and it says that it's nil. So our issue is right here is not adding them. It's not adding these things. So let's do a print employee right after to see what's going on with this. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it to print employee. Or did it already do it? Okay, we have hello world, time for event. Okay, we're not getting to that script for some reason. We're not reaching here at all. Okay, so it's not doing any of this. Um, okay, we're checking whether or not if type of workspace find job, find first child, job name dot employees was equal to, okay, that exists already. Okay, jobs for ticker employees. Okay, so it's definitely created this one. It definitely reached here. However, it doesn't reach here. I'm wondering whether or not the script is in another script and it actually it doesn't do this one. Hmm. Okay. Okay, actually looking at how this is calling this how this function is called, I'm being doubtful right now that it's actually ever called this function. So let me go and check in our data, play a data script. That function is probably never been called. So let's go to play a data. Okay. Let's see where we call that function. Okay, and I was correct. See, that function was never called. It was doing its own work here. But we don't want to do it there. We want to do it over here. So what I'm actually going to do is not even let me see here, add employee. Okay, we're going to call this same function, but this is replicated storage. We don't want to do that in replicated storage. We want to do that in player data. So it's gonna have to be a regular function. Let me go to show in Explorer. I'm just seeing how we need to add an event that's going to do this. It's gonna be called add employee event because apparently I don't have one. Oh wait, we have one. It says there is one, but it's in the wrong place. It's in replicated storage. We don't need one in replicated storage. We need one in the server storage. Add employee. Oops. Okay. In case we are using that for now, let's just in server storage events. Okay, so add employee. I'm just gonna put here server. In case maybe we're using it in the local in in a local script somewhere, is we're gonna have error. So let's just add another one. Okay, so it's no longer gonna be on server event. It's just gonna be dot event connect add employee. Okay, and then we're going to use this very same add employee event. We're gonna go to our player data. I'm gonna put it higher up there. I'm gonna put it right up here because that's when we will be using it. And here we don't need to write server because it's only one. So add employee event. We're going to call it right here for each job. Do add employee event. Fire. And we're firing the player. Let's see what we do. We want, yeah, the player and the job name. So player and job dot name. Okay, and we're not gonna do it here because then this is gonna have too many scripts that let me just comment before I delete just in case. Okay, so for each job that they have, we're gonna add employee event fire the job and the job dot name. So that makes me realize that this script works for every single type of job. So our problem is a different job will not need this information. So I just realized. So every job will need up to here, and different jobs will need everything. So we're gonna say if job name equals the fruit picker job. That's the only time. I really should change it from fruit picker. I don't like that name that name, but it's in too many places already. Okay, so if the job name is fruit picker, let's go back here, fruit picker, then we do this because it's not this script is running for every type of job. Okay, so we see that we were not calling the right function. We had not called this function. If we wrote the script there, we would have never done that. Okay, so now we should be fine. Let's see. I feel like if I forgot something, if I did, Roblox will tell me. Let's go to workspace. Oh yeah, I know what I forgot. It's not gonna cause issues now, but it could in the future. So I'm gonna go change the script and fix it in a bit. Employees. Now we have apple, boxes, oranges. Their value is 0. So let's see before I go. Let's see whether or not they can be updated right away. So saving data. I'm picking apples, but our value remains at 0. So we see the value is not going up at all. I am so sad. So the value is not going up. Oh yeah, it is. So I think I have some major lag. So it says that I have collected 6 apples, but it took a really long time before it showed that. It's showing that. Okay, I think I know why it's taking a really long time to show that. We have no, not the script. The script does not have it. Okay, so apples, it says we have 12. Oranges, we've collected 6. Now boxes, let's make sure it also records how many boxes that we have done. So boxes, what do you tell me? 1. Okay, so we're good. We can record how many boxes. Oh, I don't have enough apples. we could now record this. Um, so let me. Okay, so two boxes. Okay, so we could now record everything that the player is doing. We have everything recorded. How many apples, how many oranges, and how many boxes. So now the manager is now going to check these things and give us and add records to our working file. Okay, so let's deal with now that the manager is going to read those values. So let me, okay, we can delete this now because we don't need it there. We can close that. We don't need it for now. Close here. Sorry. I feel like there was a verification. I forgot what verification I wanted to add to avoid errors in the future. Um, oh yeah. So yeah, if it already exists, because a player could leave the game. I haven't recorded like if the player is leaving to the delete employee. I decided to have just leave it. It's not such huge data for the server. So if somebody left the game and they come back, we don't want to add them again. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So we're going to make sure that sorry, that they don't already have um an employee file. So what we're gonna do this is here. If type of we don't want it to be nil. If actually yeah, if it's not nil. If type of employees uh find find first child um so we have the correct employees folder and we need to find first child the player.user ID. So if we found the players folder, that means it's already there. So not equals nil, not equals this sign, then return false. Okay, so let's just make sure this is fine still. So this is for future avoiding future errors. Okay, so the jobs, fruit picker, employee, and there I am. Okay, so we can just come out. Okay, so we're done with this. Next part is dealing with the manager timing. Oh my gosh, this will be one of the toughest things. Is the manager we have to do with time for her. So employees. Okay, so manager, let's have, I think we already, I started the script, an empty script for the manager. Okay, wait, so the manager has no scripts yet. So here we're going to add a script for the manager on the server. On the server because it will be same for everyone who is playing. Okay, so let's start with local shift start. We're going to have a fake time now because if we have to wait the real amount of time it takes, we'll not finish the script today. So we'll say shift start is in, let's say, 100 seconds. I don't know. Then local shift uh, duration. Let's give it a minute. Oh my, I want to make sure I delete all that data and I don't want to ruin my data for this because actually this cannot be changed and you can mess up your recommendation by not fulfilling your shift stuff. Okay. Okay, so shift start, shift duration. I'm just seeing what else we need to do. Okay, and local, well, now local time now will be equal to tick. Um, so shift start would be equal to time now plus shift start, and then shift duration would be shift start. Okay, start time. So local, let's say start time equals that. Uh, um, no, time now. Mm, I'm just saying when the server starts, as soon as the server starts, time is at a specific time, and I started it not at midnight, so that makes it a bit tough to calculate. So time now we'll do plus for now we'll put plus shift start, but we have to go and adjust that towards the time that the game time that what time the game has the game time started at. Okay, and then the shift end will be equal to the start time plus the shift duration. Okay, and now we'll be checking when the shift started. So um sorry to check when the shift starts, we'll have to be using the run service. I don't like using the run service because I think it runs too much. So you know what? We'll actually make this check every second instead. Every second is less than the run service's time. So we will do a while. This is gonna be an infinite while. So while true, do. This while will not stop. So what you do, we're going to check whether or not the shift has started. Okay. So we're gonna check if time now. Um, well, it's changing all the time. So it's continuously changing. So we're checking it uh every time. So if tick is start time, I'm checking whether it's greater or equal to start time. Is it smaller than start time? Okay, so greater or equal to start time. Then print shift started. Okay, and then once this has happened, start time will change now. So start time, the new start time will now be equal to tick plus shift start. No, we want a full day, a full game day time. A full game day is we don't want to do that now, or else we'll never finish testing. So we'll only add, let's say a day lasts 500 seconds, 500 seconds. Okay, so shift started, and then next, that's the next shift. We're preparing for the next shift. So next, we're doing the very same thing for the shift ended. So shift, so now we're checking where the shift end, then print shift ended, and then start time. uh, end shift end time has now changed to the same thing, a full day. So we're deliberately making a day into 500 seconds so that we can get there much faster. And of course, we gotta wait every second or two because we don't want it to run too often. We're just gonna have an error right away. Let me make sure I save this. In case it does have an error, we don't want to have to restart because those while loops, be careful. You're going to, I mean, if it's indefinite, it doesn't end, where you'll be in some trouble. So, I'm waiting for it to tell us shift started. How long did we say? Oh, 100 seconds. We waited way too long. 100 seconds. I should have put it to less than that. Oh, we gotta wait 100 seconds to show this. In the meantime, let me change that to, let's put it only 20 seconds. And here we're gonna do a print tick just so that we can, no, I feel like we have an error here. While we're waiting for this to show, let me figure out what the error is. Hi PB, how are you? I actually meant to check you on Discord sometime for us to read the Bible together if you were available. Yeah, because I know you're interested in it, and I wanted to read it. I don't like reading the Bible on stream anymore for some reason. I enjoy reading it off stream some because then I can read exactly different parts. I feel, but I still want to read it with you guys, so we can read it on shift started. See, so we can read it on Discord. So we can have like a Discord live where we're reading the Bible together. If you wanna join, I think it would be awesome. Yeah, so we can also discuss and ask questions. Okay, so shift started. We want shift ended. Shift ended should be 60 seconds later. So let's wait. Okay, and along this wait, make it super fast. Let's make them really fast so we can do. Shift starts in 5 seconds. Shift durations is 5 seconds. The next day is 5 seconds. It can't be because then it will have errors with yeah. So 10 seconds so that it can. Oops. Yeah. So the next day is 10 seconds. Let's go. Okay. So that way we have everything in within 5 seconds. Shift started. Shift ended. Shift started. Shift ended. Okay. So I made them really fast so you guys can see. But now we're gonna. You can. Okay, cool. No problem. I'll let you know. So now we see that the manager can now start shifts and end shifts. We'll adjust the time later on because we really cannot wait that long and for waiting each time. So each time, so here we know that the shift started. So once the shift has started, what the the manager is going to do is the manager is not going to manipulate this employees folder. So we're going to get this employees folder. So local up here, we're going to do local employees, oops, will be equal to script dot parent. Where's the script? Okay, so the script is in manager. So since it's in manager, let's just directly, oops, um, local manager, because we're in the manager script here, so might as well, is script dot parent, and then employees will be manager dot employees. Okay, so now we have a list of every single employee, and now we're going to go do have functions for each of them. So we have a local function. Um, actually, we're gonna do it right in here. So once the shift has started, I will still leave the print for shift started because we don't have a UI that's going to let us know. Later on, we will have a UI somewhere here letting us know what, like, whether the shift is in progress, the shift has started, what's the status of the shift. But for now, since we don't have that, or it could be on our computer, we'll see. Since we don't have that yet, we're going to just do this right here. Um, so once the shift has started, the the manager is going to put everything at 0. Okay, the manager is going to go through these folders and put them all at 0. So for we can, yeah, so let's make a function, local function, reset data. So the manager is going to reset all the data. Is going to now put everything at 0. So we're going to do for employee in I pairs of the employees folder. So every employee, oops, employees folder, do. Okay, so for employees, we should have, so let's go to, okay, we cannot see it here. Employee dot, we have Apple is equal to 0. Employee dot orange is equal to 0. Employee dot boxes is equal to 0. Okay, so when we reset data, the manager sets everything at 0. And then when the shift ends, actually we could have reset that data when the shift ends as well. But before, we can do it here too. But before that, we're gonna make sure we collect that data. So when the shift ends, we're collecting data. So local function collect data. So collect. And I think we're actually going to reset the data after we collect the data because it's just because we want to give them time even before the shift starts. Maybe let them still be able to start working. So if later on we say they can't start working until the shift starts, then we'll put our collect reset data in start time. So we're going to, when the shift ends, we're going to collect data, and after that we're going to reset the data. So we'll do them both first. So now to collect data in each employee, we're going to have, we're going to do, so now we're checking. We're doing a check. We're not resetting anything yet. If employee.apples is greater or equal to, I'm going to put 3 for now, then that's the amount of apples that they had fully um, collected. So here we're going to put a quota. So local quota equals an array, and apples equals 2, duplicate, oranges equal, oops, oranges equals 2, and box equals 2. Okay, So I just put fake amount. So we want to be able to reach the quota. We're actually going to check how many apples, oranges, and boxes. So you would have to fill at least one box within that time. Oranges, collect your oranges and collect your apples. We'll change that later, but that by putting it here, it makes it easy to do to do as well. So let's go to quota, and for each employee in iPairs we're going to do another for loop. So instead we're going to do for um quota is not iPairs. So for data type, we'll say yeah, so data type, or I can say name. So for name quantity, yeah, so that makes sense. So for name quantity in pairs, for quota, do this. So if employee, oh, my notification should let me know that it's time to go to work. Name, so it will find and I say for apples, so we can't put apples because we said it's orange. It's apple without an S. So each and boxes with an S. It has to be the very same as it is in our folder. So when it finds if apple employee find that, so dot apple is greater or equal to the quantity. So the quantity that we have, if it's greater than the quantity that is written here, then okay, so we don't need all of this. This script will do all of it, and if we add on later, it automatically will check everything. So if the quantity is achieved, that means they have reached the quota. So before that, we'll do local quota achieved equals false, and here we're going to put if it's less than quota achieved. Mm, Okay, so we should start with quota achieved being equal to true, and if it's any less than quota achieved will be equal to false. Okay, once it's equal to false, we don't need to check the rest because they have not reached the quota. So then we're just gonna break. Can we break out of an if loop? I want to break out of the for loop. So after we do this, let's print quota achieved. So let's see whether or not we've achieved that quota every time we collect data. In that 5 minutes, 5 seconds that I give myself, it's impossible to reach the quota. So I'm gonna give myself 20 seconds to reach that quota for now while we're testing. So let's do this. Oh, I've got to go. I've got to go. So shift started. So while shift started, I have got 20 seconds to collect. Oh, we need 2 apples, 2 oranges. Oh no, that's impossible. There's no way to finish a box in like 20 seconds. Oh man. Okay, so let me stop. We have a problem where a table expected for employee in iPairs employees. Okay, so when the shift ended, We don't want to print whatever is this printing. We want to stop printing it. We're picking 16. We don't want to print this anymore. Okay, so take that out. Okay, so here, when our shift ended, we're not able to access, let's see, invalid argument 1 to I pairs. Got an instance, but it's supposed to be an instance. Employees. Oh, okay. Yeah, we have to do get children. Ugh. Um, so when the shift starts, every time the shift starts, we will do this. So we're just gonna have employees like this. Oops. Yeah, so that reminded me of something else that I wanted to do. When the shift starts, we're going to reassign employees. Why? It's because after the shift started, new employees could have joined, but they won't have enough time to hit the quota. So it's not fair for them that they joined just before the shift ended and then they lost. They got a bad record for not achieving it when they wouldn't have had enough time. So only if the player was there when the shift started, will we record them. So employees will be close to manager employees and get children. We forgot the most important. Uh, yeah. So it was an instance. It wasn't the list of employees. Okay, so that is now we can get our all our employees. Vroom, vroom. Okay, so let's collect 2 apples, 2 oranges. I'm gonna bring the quota a bit lower for the testing because it's not possible to hit that. Okay, so shift ended and it needs to tell me whether it's true or false. It should be false, but I don't have a false written here. Okay. Where does it say shift ended? Shift started, shift ended, shift started, shift ended. Oh no. Shift started and ended right away. That definitely shows that we have um something is not right. Let's go to script. Shift started and shift ended. The time is, oh, we put shift duration as 20 seconds. So our day must always be longer than the shift duration. Always. So since shift duration is 20, so then we put 30 here, so that way it's 10 seconds longer than a 10-second day. Yep. So we're not. Let me go back to the script. We're not when we collect data, print quota achieved. We're not going there. Okay, because we literally break out of that for loop. So that's not what we want. We want to break out of this for loop. Okay, we're never reaching this script, no matter what we do. We're not. So we're gonna do return false here. Okay, so stop and let's go again. We want to print our quota. Oh, I then that means we're fine. I just had to print the quota right before our break. Okay, let's wait for how long did we put it? 10, 20 seconds. In the meantime, let's collect things. I forgot to bring the quarter down. It's okay, let it say false for now. Okay, shift ended. Okay, stop. So we're gonna print that first. We're gonna print our quota achieved first. But then if we hit the quota, we also want to know what the quota is. um. Okay, so there we go. Quota achieved before we break out. Okay, at least we're accumulating apples every time because now we should have like we have like 80. We have 70 apples. Awesome. So we can definitely fill some boxes. Alright, it's time for me to go to work. Okay, so shift ended. It still didn't print. False. Sure. It still didn't print. It definitely printed. Quota collect data. It printed shift ended, but it never printed the quota achieved. Which is supposed to. It's supposed to print right away. Okay, so let me do a print employee. Let's see what's going on here. And then, okay, let's print employee and quota achieved here to make sure that we are entering here. Then after we're going in here, we're gonna see where it doesn't reach. So let's first see whether it reaches in there. So we gotta wait for another 10 seconds. So now we're in testing mode, testing the script by line to see where the error is. So that's why I brought the print higher up. So we're gonna see whether it even enters at all. So shift ended, and oh no, it didn't at all. Okay, we do not have, so that's a problem. Okay, because it didn't print this at all. So not printing this at all means it hasn't even gotten here. So for let's print employees and see what it found. Print employees. So it looks like it found employees being empty. Let's see here. Employees is not empty. Okay. So why is it not? Let me just keep picking apples and oranges. That I'm gonna have so many apples and oranges when it's finally gonna record my quota. It'll be easy for me to achieve my quota by then. I mean, I could cheat and just add lots of apples to myself. Okay, so it found an empty. It found it empty. So that's where the issue was. Okay, not a problem. Um, manager.employees. Okay, so yeah, that made me realize, well, of course, we have the wrong folder. The employees is up here. The employees is at the beginning of the job. Oh my gosh. So employees is up here. Let's get local employees folder. Oh my gosh, I gotta go to work right now. So let's do that. Let's just fix that first. Employees folder is equals to workspace dot jobs, the job picker job, the fruit picker job, and dot employees. That is our employee folder. So we were going in look find them in the wrong folder. It would always be empty. Okay, so then when we take it, we want it employees folder. get children. Okay, so now we have the correct one. This is not going to be empty. We don't need to print. We already know what the problem was. And yeah, so I deleted that so I don't mistake it again. I deleted it. It doesn't exist there. And let's just change the script into manager script. Fruit picker manager. So FP, because we'll have multiple managers in the end. We should give her a name and make her dress look nicer, but for now, this is what she looks like. Anybody who want to design her, you can go ahead and send it to me, and I might see if I like it. Obviously, you need to send me the IDs of all the assets, but if not, later on, I will dress her nicely. Okay, so and give her a name because her name's not manager. I have to go like now because I'm like, okay, guys. So later, I start work in a minute. Bye. Thanks for watching.